I decided to try something different, and I'm going to walk you through. I have 7 showings today with some new clients. These clients I met through an insurance agent, and I have not met them in person yet. We've talked on the phone about what they're looking for, and I'm so excited to meet them. And we're going to be looking at 7 properties today. They really want Englewood, and so most of the properties, I think 5 of the 7 are in Englewood, but they also were interested in maybe exploring some Miami County properties because the property taxes are so much lower. If you don't know, the difference between Montgomery and Miami County property taxes pretty significant. It also depends on the city and stuff that you're in, but because there's city taxes and stuff as well. But as far as just county goes, Montgomery County is about double Miami County, so you can get more bang for your buck in Miami County. But also, some places in Miami County tend to be more pricey, like Tipp City is maybe more pricey than Vandalia or Englewood.
My name is LYDIA Rowe, and I am a realtor here in the Tipp City area of Ohio. And on this channel, we like to talk about all things real estate and all things living in the Miami Valley of Ohio.
Anyways, I am excited for this day and hoping that we can find something. They are new and brand new home buyers. If you're a new home buyer, and this is what I told them too, sometimes it's just, if you don't know exactly what you want, it's good to just go look a handful of houses. Like, just get the ball rolling, take a look at what's out there at a few different price points. Say that you qualify for $250,000, okay? When you actually look at what the payments are going to be, if you got a $250,000 houses, maybe it's more than you want to spend. So then you want to kind of only look at the houses that is in the price range that you actually want to be in, because as soon as you start looking at houses, even if they're in your price range, but they're more than you actually want to make a payment on, then it's really difficult to compare, because there's a huge difference between a $200,000 home and a $250,000 home as far as what's there and what you can expect. So if you're looking at $250, but you really are wanting $200, then every time that you look at a $200,000 home, you're going to be super disappointed and you're going to feel like it's a piece of trash, when really there's some great houses there for $200 and under, but you can't be as picky. Like, there's going to be some things going on. Like, they're probably going to be older, so there might be, some uneven floors, or maybe some old electric, or like an old HVAC system, or maybe the roof is going to need to be replaced in a few years or something like that. So if you're looking for a perfect house, it's going to be very difficult to find in that price range. Then if you're looking at houses that are in the $250 range and then you're like, I actually don't want to make that payment, then you're going to be disappointed. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's important to kind of know that range. So if you're new and you really don't know what you're looking for, and you don't really know what the different price ranges can give you, it's good to just kind of look at a few that look interesting to you, even if it's not exactly what you want, and then you'll get a better idea of what's out there and what the possibilities are. So that way, once that house that just really stands out to you, you'll know how it compares to the other houses. So that's why I encourage this couple. We're going to look a bit of a range of houses. Some of them are ranches, some of them are 2-story, and like I said, a couple in Miami County and mostly in Englewood, because that's where they would love to be. We'll just see what happens. I don't know if we're going to find the house that they actually want to buy today, but I think it'll be a great step in the right direction to knowing what's out there. It should be fun.
So some things when you are looking at houses that you want to make sure to check out while you're there is you want to look at the roof. Now, obviously you can't go up there, but you want to just take a look at the roof and gutters, the downspouts, to see if they are going away from the house. You obviously want to take a look around the perimeter, and you want to look at the foundation. You're not an expert, but you can see if there's cracks and things like that. But you can also look at the grading. You want the grading to slope away from the house. If you have something that's like sloping towards the house, then that moisture is going to on your foundation, and that's not usually good. So you want to make sure vegetation and things like that to kind of be off of the siding of your house, or else it can attract bugs and things like that, like termites and beetles and things like that. Again, none of this is like deal breaking things. It's just things to check out while you're there. When you put an offer on a house, you're going to, or you should anyways, get a full inspection. So someone that knows more than you is going to be looking at these things. But even before you put an offer in, it's good to have an idea of these things. You want to open and close the garage door and look around the seal of the garage. You want to look under the cabinets in the kitchen and the bathrooms to check out the plumbing. And also, I've had some surprises sometimes where like there's not like a floor, like there's not like a bottom to the cabinets, and you wouldn't know that unless you opened them up. If you are able to take a quick peek in the attic and the crawl space, it's a good idea to take a quick peek in there. Again, knowing that you're not an expert, but you can see if there's leaking or anything that's going on. on. Crawl spaces that are not newer are going to have moisture. Some crawl spaces that are newer also do. That's not always a problem, so it just depends on how it's built and how it's supposed to function. So you want to look at that. Driveway, cracks and things like that. You can pay attention to those things. As far as looking at your expenses, and are you going to have to take on the expense of getting that fixed, or is that something that you can live with for the duration of the time that you're there? Do you think it's going to be a problem for resale? You want to look at windows, and specifically you want to see if there's any updates, but you also want to see sometimes there's some, if it's kind of a foggy tint to a window, sometimes it's just that it needs to be cleaned, but other times there's a broken seal, which is cosmetic. It doesn't mean that the window's not functioning fine, but if that bothers you, you're never going to get that clean. If it's a broken seal, it's just going to always look a little foggy. You want to take that into consideration as well. Also, it's a good idea to go to a house multiple times during the day for a few reasons. One is to kind of get a feel for the neighborhood, for activity level and things like that. Also, if it would be really annoying to you if you moved in and like there's like a super annoying dog or something like that, you might not know if you just go see that, if you just go by once. Now, you're not going to always be able to catch that. You would kind of almost have to go like neighbor to neighbor, like knocking, which you can also do. The time to do that kind of stuff is on the front end before you even put an offer on the house, because you can't really back out of a contract because you think that the neighbor's dog is annoying and maybe you didn't know about it when you put the offer in. You're going to consider storage space and what you need. You want to look at the flooring, the appliances. The big ticket items is your roof, electric, plumbing, HVAC system. Those are your big ticket. If those things have been updated, you really need to factor that into the price. And if they haven't been updated, you want to factor that into the price, because sometimes you're comparing two houses and like maybe one cosmetically is way nicer than the other one, but the other one didn't do the cosmetic stuff, but they did update those big ticket items. So it might, the one that has like the older HVAC and older roof, but updated cosmetic stuff might show a lot better. And you might think, oh, this is so much nicer. But those big ticket items are really the ones that you want to pay attention to as far as pricing goes, because replacing a roof is going to be in the range of $8,000 to $16,000 or, more, depending on what size of the roof and things like that. An HVAC system is anywhere between $6,000 and $12,000 to replace. If you need the windows updated and stuff, that can be pricey, like $500 to $800 per window. Things like that, if they've already been updated, you want to definitely look at that and add that onto the price value so that you know what you're getting into. All right, so our first stop is 7243 Robert Ulrich Avenue in Clayton. Right now it's priced at $280,000. It has 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,207 square feet, and it is in Randolph Manor. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of the neighborhood, and we'll have to hop over to the MLS to show you the interior because I don't have permission to record the interiors for you, but we'll show you the pictures once we get back. So we've got the Dayton Airport over here, West Milton, Brookville, Dayton is over here, got Huber Heights over here, Vandalia, Tipp City, just to get your bearings here. And so this is the Englewood, Clayton area. Clayton kind of spans around here. We're going to start at 7243 Robert Ulrich. Here's the neighborhood. It is Randolph Manor. So you can see that's where we are. And let's go ahead and look inside. It does have nice curb appeal. I've been in a few of these houses that have this exact same layout, and this one really showed well. It has newer windows, newer flooring, everything has been redone, and they've done a pretty good job with it too. This was an investor. They bought it for $161,500 in July, but it has nice wide open spaces. Like I said, the work has been done pretty well. It's painted fairly neutral colors. They've done a pretty good job picking. Love the big wide open windows. Everything was nice and light and airy. This neighborhood is pretty nice. It's got a lot of mature trees. There's sidewalks. So overall, really pretty good impression. The HVAC was a little older. So that might need to be replaced. But that was the biggest thing that we saw with that one. Next up is a house in the Timber Ridge subdivision in Englewood. It is at 331 Sagebrush Drive in Englewood, and it is listed at $279,900. It is 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it was built in 1999. It is 1,376 square feet. So let's take a look. All right, so next we're gonna head over to 331 Sagebrush Drive, right over here. I'll show you a bit of the neighborhood. The neighborhood is called Timber Ridge. So you can see the YMCA right here, Esther Price. And so this here is Timber Ridge. And let's go ahead and take a look. This one, again, this one had great curb appeal when you walked in. They had it really nicely staged and decorated. Beautiful fireplace. You could tell that it was really well maintained and taken care of. They had the nice vaulted ceilings. It was a nice layout. It felt it wasn't quite as open as we had maybe wanted, but it was still pretty open. The bedrooms were pretty small. It's only like 1,300 square feet in the main section. But the beauty about this house, besides it really did show well, is this basement. This basement was incredible. Just look at that. It was just a really, really nice basement. It didn't even feel like a basement. They had an exercise room, like a kind of a craft hobby area. Now look at this. This is a room in the basement, and they had these windows. Obviously, those are not actually windows because this is a basement, but it made it feel so much nicer in there. They basically had like LED panels and covered with curtains, and it really made it feel like an actual bedroom. So that was really cool. I hadn't seen anything like that before. Really great backyard, backs up to a field, some extra storage. So overall, just a really great house in a great neighborhood. All right, next on our list is going to be 117 Summit Drive in Englewood. This is in the Iron Gate Estates subdivision, and it has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,556 square feet. It is being sold as is, as part of an estate sale. So, and there's a condo fee or HOA fee of $340 a year, so not a huge fee along with that. The taxes are a lot higher here in Englewood. It's going to be like over $6,000 a year for taxes. Let's check it out. All right, so the last one we went to in Englewood was here on Summit Drive. You can see it's kind of near Union. Let's zoom in so you can see a little bit more about where it is. Here in the Iron Gates Estate off of Phillipsburg Union Road. And let's take a look inside. This was an estate sale, and they're selling it as is, which means they're not wanting to make any repairs to this one, but it is a really beautiful house, and let's go ahead and take a look. It has a formal dining room when you first walk in on the left, which is kind of unusual for new builds, but nice. But then it also has this amazing back porch, sunroom, and it's right off of the kitchen and the living area that's like all connected. So you have like the living area with the fireplace. It's a gas fireplace. You have this beautiful kitchen and then this beautiful sunroom. So it makes it nice and open, which is great. A little half bath on that main floor. This is the basement. There is a bedroom area in the basement. The basement was a little choppier than most basements, but it makes for a great living space. It basically had a bedroom, a living area, like a utility room. This was just a little, I don't even know what you would do with that. It was just the tiniest little room when you got to the bottom of the stairs. And then there's almost like a pantry or storage closet as well. There was no bathroom downstairs. It looks like a bathroom, but it wasn't. That was the pantry. And then upstairs, nice big bedrooms, nice windows. Everything looked nice and light and airy. It needed a few touch-ups here and there. Here's the master bathroom. Nice big closets. Great back porch. Overall, the house showed really well. The roof definitely looked like it could be the original roof. And there was, it looked like maybe there had been some leaking when you were up on that second level in the bathroom by the fan and also in one of the bedrooms. And so with it being an estate sale and something that they're not willing to make repairs for, that was a little bit of a hesitation because, replacing a roof can be $10,000, $12,000, sometimes even more if it needs repair underneath. All right, so we're going to look at 309 Beech Grove Drive in Englewood. It is listed at $269,900 right now, and it has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. It has 1,834 square feet. It's in the Northmont School District. Annual taxes are I think it's more like $4,000 now. And this is in the Beechwood Heights subdivision. So we'll we'll show you around Beechwood Heights subdivision a little bit. Let's take a look.
All right, next we ended up going to 309 Beech Grove Drive. This is in Beechwood Heights, a lot of ranches. Let's go ahead and look at the map here. All right, so here's Beech Grove, right? You have Berkshire, Grantham, Downing. Let me just back up here so you can see a little bit. There's Ninja Ramen, yummy, McDonald's. There's that YMCA. So we were over here, now we're over here. All right, and then let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so 309 Beech Grove Drive. Our first impression, I mean, we loved the area, but when you first walk in, it was a couple things. It was like, okay, wow, like this is really open and spacious, but also needs some updating, right? So you've got some wallpaper and just some older carpet, older colors, but beautiful layout, very nice for an older like home like this. A lot of times they seem kind of crampy, cut off, but this one was very, very open floor plan. Had a lot of space, nice big rooms. So if you took some time, so a red toilet, wow, it definitely needs some updating. Look at this massive back porch. This could be, if someone wanted to put the money into fixing this up just cosmetically, it would be amazing. It's got a gorgeous backyard. It's a great location. And really the house seems to be in excellent shape. Just needs some updating. They did update a bathroom. You can see that. So that's one that you won't have to do. Oh my goodness. Just look at that backyard. It's beautiful.
All right, next up, we're going to my hometown of Tipp City, Ohio. The first one is in the Parktown subdivision. It is technically in Tipp City and it's part of the Bethel School District, but it is actually, as far as city-wise, it's closer to Heber Heights, but it is in Miami County, and it has lower taxes, and it's in the Bethel School District, and it is considered Tipp City because it is a 45371 area code. So this is at 9862 Hollow Tree Drive in Tipp City. It's listed at $279,900. It is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 1,700 square feet, and it is a newer home. It was built in 2004. So let's take a look.
So the last house that we went to was in Tipp City. Here's where we were in Englewood. It's about 15-minute drive over here. It is considered Tipp City, even though Tipp City is up here. Heber Heights is down here. This is a 9862 Hollow Tree Drive, and it is in Parktown. I'm going to show you a little closer here. So just so you see, Tipp City zip code, it is Bethel School District, and it is super close to Heber Heights. So it's actually really convenient. It has a lot of perks to this location. Here is a little closer up view. So you can see the neighborhood. The houses are pretty close together, and then you have like carriage trail and stuff up here. So a bunch of different little neighborhoods stuck together over here, and some of them have different builders. There's some Ryan homes, there's some Fisher homes, and I'm sure there's some other builders as well. Here's the listing, and I see that it has a virtual tour that the listing agent posted. We're gonna put that up. So it wasn't a huge backyard, but it is fenced in. You do have a good view of your neighbors. So if you love like getting close to your neighbors and being friendly and making friends, this is a great neighborhood to be in because people do go out on walks and they're out and about. This particular house is so open. It's got higher ceilings, neutral paint, nice open floor plan, open windows, lots of natural light throughout. Everything just felt new and fresh. Even though this was built in 2004, so it's about 19 years old, it felt really new. Pretty decent sized bedrooms.
So we decided that we were going to cut a couple things off of our tour. The one in Tipp City on Coach Drive, we decided was going to be too little for these buyers. And then the one on Waldsmith and Vandalia, just a little over their price range because the taxes were going to be super high and it was already kind of pushing the limits. So we're down to the 5 that we saw today. And I don't know which one they're going to pick, if any. We might continue to look, but there was a couple that really stood out. Which one would you pick if you were going to buy something right now in in that range? I'm curious. So put your comment down there. Let me know which one you would pick, which one you liked the best. If you happen to be moving to the area or looking for a place in Englewood or Clayton or West Milton or Tipp City or Troy or Vandalia, I've gone as far as Fairborn and Xenia and Kettering. My specialty is definitely the North Dayton area. So give me a ring, reach out, let me know. I'd be happy to help you. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed our time together, and we'll talk to you later.